This is the AdHero podcast, the podcast that reveals marketing tips, trends, and techniques by industry experts, insiders, and influencers. For years, AdSymble has helped businesses develop and launch campaigns to amplify their message, establish authority, and earn their lion's share of the market. This podcast will help you design and supercharge your plan to make an impact with valuable lessons you can apply in your business today. To get more information or start now, visit adsymbol.com. That's AdSemble.com. Let's get started.
Welcome to the AdHero podcast. There we go. My name is Geno Giovanni.
Almost got caught slipping. My name is Matthew Olivieri. Welcome back, kids, to another episode of the AdHero podcast.
And we're your AdHeroes, personal AdHeroes, I should say. Today's episode, we will be having a beginning guide to addressing cryptocurrency. What is it? How do you get it? And should your business adopt the usage as part of your marketing plan?
That's right. This is episode 46 on your dial. We're excited to be back in the lab. You know, it's been an exciting time here at AdSymble's HQ. Lots of cool things going on. And we're going to be targeting, a little teaser for y'all, 2 episodes in this month of August. We got a lot to share, a lot to dive into. This episode is going to be a lot of fun because we've been getting a lot of requests for people that want our take on what is cryptocurrency and how do you get it and how it can be used for your business. So we're excited to dive into that. But before we do that, I got to give a little shout out to Charlotte Mattioni of Silver Forest Christmas Tree Farm for sending over a delicious chocolate cake to keep us AdHeroes fed and on our game. So shout out, Charlotte. Thank you. It's delicious, and keep them coming.
Yes.
That's all I got to say. Keep them coming. And we have another shout out to give someone. Is that
we sure
correct?
do. Yes.
All right. What's up with this other shout out?
Loon K. Doe of the Chewing Grounds podcast. And he not only listens to our podcast, but he gave a comment on our YouTube page.
Shout out Loon K. Doe. Thank you very much. Go check out the Chewing Grounds podcast. We took a listen. It's a pretty good podcast.
Yeah,
digging
it's not
bad. But we mentioned if you guys comment on Spotify or YouTube or leave us a voicemail on Anchor, we will give you guys a shout out. So just keeping true on that making good on that promise.
Let's do
and
it.
giving Loon a shout out. So thank you so much, Loon. We appreciate you for tuning in and keep listening. We got lots more coming.
Let's get into the A block. Okay, so I picked out 2 articles, and let me tell you why. One is just happened a few days ago from this recording on July 30th, and it's about Amazon and how they'll be accepting Bitcoin. And the other one is about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency utilized in business. Now, it's a couple of years old. However, it's still relevant to this day because most people don't know about cryptocurrency. And I think this will kind of help educate them and level them up. According to this article from The Sun, an unnamed insider has claimed that Amazon is looking to accept Bitcoin payments by the end of 2021. She told London-based business paper City AM that the e-commerce giant appears to be taking a step closer to accepting the cryptocurrency. The revelation comes after Amazon said it wanted to hire a digital currency and blockchain expert for its payment team. Amazon also reportedly has plans to consider taking payments in big cryptocurrencies once it sets up fast and secure way to accept Bitcoin payments. The insider explained Ethereum? Ethereum. Okay, I'm getting used to this, people. Cardano and Bitcoin Cash will be the next in line before they bring about 8 of the most popular cryptocurrencies online. She also predicted that it won't take long because plans of the cryptocurrency payments are already there, and they have already been working on them since 2019. Amazon is also looking to come out with their own cryptocurrency in 2022. And a number of businesses around the world have been accepting cryptocurrency, including Hong Kong-based Pavilion Hotels and Resorts, AXA Insurance, Microsoft, Starbucks, Visa, PayPal, What else we got? Coca-Cola, Lot, Expedia, Lush, of course, Tesla. And coming up around the block will be Twitter. So, yeah, very interesting stuff. Matthew, what is your take on the growing number of businesses adopting cryptocurrency at their point of sale purchase? And in your opinion, will it expand markets for these businesses or just another form of the cryptocurrency for customers?
Okay, well, that is a great couple of questions there. Thank you for that recap. Obviously, the big players have been looking at this space for a while. They've been understanding it. They've been figuring it out. They're learning how they can build it into their business plan. But I think before we answer the question if it's right for you, the listener, to adopt it into your marketing and business plan, I think we need to take a giant step back and define what is cryptocurrency, right? What is it and how you even gain access to it? Because those are two key critical questions to ask and understand. So let's give a quick definition. This is coming from NASDAQ.com. Cryptocurrency, what is it? Cryptocurrency is often described as digital money. This description may be true, but it fails to capture what makes cryptocurrency unique and so appealing to many investors. At its core, cryptocurrency is a system of value. When investors buy cryptocurrency, they are betting that the value of the asset will increase at some point in the future. Just as stock market investors buy securities when they believe the company will grow and the share price will increase. Okay, so what does that translate to? Cryptocurrency is a decentralized form of currency. That means no single country or entity can control or regulate its value through manipulation. So to give you guys an example of what that means, if the United States just decides to print more money, then the value of the dollar will go down. That can never happen with crypto. Crypto's value is entirely based around the volume of investors who own it. Okay? And so when you buy a piece of cryptocurrency, you can even turn around and use it to purchase things both in the real world and virtual things as well. Okay? So Geno, question back to you. Where can the average Joe acquire a token of cryptocurrency?
Well, that's just selecting an exchange. I mean, it could be downloading an app from Coinbase, TradeStation, or Robinhood. They could look up the symbols through cryptocurrency on the stock market, such as Bitcoin, which is BTC. It's, as of this recording, the value below was at 41,900
for one Bitcoin.
For one Bitcoin.
One Bitcoin is valued at $41,900 of US at the time of this recording, July 30th, 2021.
Correct. And then they could just purchase whatever in the quantity as much as they want.
So in other words, if you were really savvy on top of this several years ago and you purchased a bunch of Bitcoins at whatever the value was back then, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 per Bitcoin, it is now valued one Bitcoin at $41,000. So very similar to like a stock market investment. That's like I bought Apple stock before they launched Macintosh, right? That'd be the equivalent of that. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Everybody's buzzing about it. And I think the question now is, now back to the original question about how businesses are revolutionizing it. And for that, let's take it to the B block.
All right, great. This article came out, like I said, a few years back, how blockchain and cryptocurrency can revolutionize business, from entrepreneur.com. And what they were saying is that credit or debit cards may sometimes take a day or more for transactions to be finalized and reflected in your account, but crypto transactions can be carried out instantly. Furthermore, these transactions will be kept private. Your transactions will not be recorded by financial institutions such as banks. You also do not have to provide your personal data or any details on the sources of your identification, such as driver's license, government issued IDs, etc.
Let me just pause right there and speak on that. To opponents of cryptocurrency's adoption, what Geno just referenced right there is a key talking point, because theoretically, terrorists, bad actors, different people that want to do harm in the world could launder money through the use of cryptocurrency. They could use cryptocurrency to purchase weapons of mass destruction or missiles or guns or different things. And there's no bank transaction record of it. As Geno said, you don't have to supply any kind of personal identifiable information when you obtain it or use it. So opponents of cryptocurrency's use, they're really focused on those talking points right there.
That's right. That's right. They go along with a ton of pros, such as low transaction fees, and you being a business owner, I'm sure you're very familiar with things like that when it comes to credit card machines and so forth.
Absolutely.
Increased decentralization. So we talked about that earlier, and that there's no central place. There's no one person controlling or making the value of Bitcoin go higher or even lower. Reduces the chances of fraud. Now, those of you who run a business and maybe have customers who like to do chargebacks on their accounts or what they buy, this prevents all that. It also increases traceability of the supply chain. So what that basically means is that in the blockchain, which is a total conversation of its own self, but it's what the cryptocurrency runs through, you could run many more things than just having purchases. So things like operations, stuff that relates to like supplies for your business, marketing, and so forth. Or I should say connects to the marketing. With the also the cross-border payments. So basically you can go and purchase through cryptocurrency all around the world. It's almost like a one currency for the whole world.
That's exactly what it is. That's why people love it so much.
Right.
You don't have these wacky exchange rates where one single dollar translates to, 200 pesos, or euro translates to, in India, 5,000 rupees. You don't have any of that. It's a single currency. It's almost like Lord of the Rings, one ring to unite them all.
Yes, that's right. That's right. This also improves your core capacity. So you can attract, and this goes with the marketing, you can attract more of an audience, or there's potential to attract more of an audience for those who use crypto but couldn't shop at your store before.
Okay, so let's jump back to the original question that you asked. What was my opinion about Amazon, wanting to do this, right? I'm gonna go back in the notes up here. So your question was the growing number of businesses adopting cryptocurrency. All those businesses that you had mentioned: Coca-Cola, Expedia, Lush, PayPal, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, Tesla. And in my opinion, will it help expand markets for these businesses, or just offer another form? I think it'll absolutely help them expand. Absolutely. Because you're literally breaking down barriers let's use the example of maybe a more underdeveloped country that exists somewhere in the world, and they don't have the same monetary policies or effective form of currency in their own natural space, okay? But through cryptocurrency, they can acquire Bitcoin or Ethereum or one of these other coins that exist, and instantly be on the same level ground as someone in the United States who also owns that single Bitcoin.
Great point.
All right. And so now that person and the person from the United States can each purchase and trade and do things, again, without borders, and exchange goods and supplies under a universal valued thing. Okay. So no, I don't think it's just a marketing gimmick or just one more way that I can buy something. I absolutely think it breaks down barriers and opens up the floodgates for more customer interactions to be able to take place. And I think it's only a matter of time before every single business builds it into their product offering. I can speak on behalf of our company, AdSemble. It's definitely something that we are looking into right now to allow people to buy billboard advertising campaigns through OpenDisplay.com with cryptocurrency. It's absolutely something that we are looking at, right?
That's right.
So I think it's a great thing.
Right. Well, it kind of reminds me of Apple Pay.
Yes.
And trying to, or just trying to pay with phones in general, and how that, I don't know if it expanded businesses in their market, but it definitely helped when, let's just say, I forgot my wallet, but oh, here's my phone, and I could just pay with it that way.
Yeah, it's super convenient. So, the third question that we posed at the beginning of the show is, if you're a small business owner, should you consider adopting cryptocurrency's usage into your marketing plan, right? Into your business plan, and as part of your marketing, that you can highlight that you now accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. And I think, to me, the question is very obvious that the answer is yes, right? For all the reasons that we just discussed. And the cool thing is, I think there's so much buzz around the concept of cryptocurrency that I think, from a marketing perspective, Geno, you correct me if I'm wrong, but from a marketing perspective, I think it's a great thing that you can use to even like hype up your business, right? Because let's say you're a small business owner that sells, I don't know, teeth whitening kits. All right. So you sell teeth whitening kits, and you have these things online. You do drop shipping or whatever. You have them online on Amazon, all these different places, but you also have your own personal website where people can buy these things. Okay. So now I could buy it all over the world. I can buy this with a cryptocurrency. You're just opening up your business to a lot more customers, A. And B, how sexy does that sound? Like, hey, now you can spend your cryptocurrency on my site for my teeth whitening kit that I'll sell you, right? I think it's just like a great marketing hook. What's your opinion?
I mean, it definitely expands it. And a lot of people, including myself, were very kind of reluctant the first few years, but and there's two more points I'm going to get into in favor of cryptocurrency, and that will kind of like died down my fears.
And on the chargeback front, using my example of teeth whitening kits, I'm sure there's quite a bit of chargebacks or disputes, if you will, for customers who buy those, and they're not convinced it really whitened their teeth, so they want their money back. But hey, if they bought it with cryptocurrency, they wouldn't be able to do that.
That's right. That's exactly right. Two more points that the article mentioned was it's a new source of capital. So, like mainly this stuff is good for like business to consumer. The business to business part, that's still being in the kind of, well, it's all in the early stages, but that's definitely still kind of being worked upon. But a source of more capital. So like for example, you take Elon Musk, and it's stated here that he invested $180,000 into Dogecoin, and he got back $1 million.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, one maybe rhetorical question to ask. And I don't think we've done the research on this yet. Just full disclosure, but we can maybe put it in as like maybe a quick hitter episode, a follow up, something like that. What happens if I buy one Bitcoin, which is currently trading at $41,900 US? So I go on my Robinhood app and I buy a single Bitcoin for $41,900. I turn around and now I have this Bitcoin that's valued at that much money, and I go and I want to buy a car with the Bitcoin, and a car dealership is willing to accept cryptocurrency. So I exchange this single Bitcoin for a car, and they give me the car. But then tomorrow, the value of Bitcoin drops all the way down to $1. Now, I don't know if it could really drop that big that fast. maybe it could drop. I'd have to check the charts and learn more about this, but maybe it could drop like a couple $1,000s.
Well,
but
the volatility is huge.
The volatility is huge. So to my point, what if the value of that Bitcoin tomorrow dropped all the way down to $1? Now I just got a car, and the car dealership has got a coin that's only worth $1.
Well,
what happens there?
Well, that kind of goes into my last point, or the last point of this article, which is inflation. And so, I mean, one could argue, well,
could go the other way.
Could go the other. I mean, yeah, one could argue.
Could go up to 60,000 tomorrow, and then I'm like, shit, I could have had the Porsche, but I settled for the Honda.
Or two cars.
Or two cars. Yeah, that's right.
But I was gonna say.
Okay, so what's the answer on that? How does that work?
Well, it's definitely the volatility, and those who don't know what volatility is, basically like it's exactly what Matthew was saying. It's like one day it's $1, the next day it's $2, or the next day it's worth a penny. So it's a risk, and the experts say like, okay, you definitely should have some money in the market for that, but I wouldn't suggest putting all your money in that.
Okay, but I don't want to lose this thought, so I'm just gonna let's leave it to the open to the if listening audience, if you guys know the answer to this would be a fantastic thing. I would love your comments and your feedback on our YouTube channel or Spotify, whatever. If you know, if you've had experience with this or know something about this that clearly I'm personally stumped on, and I want to know what happens when I buy something if the price goes up or down.
Well, heck, I mean,
I guess that's the risk I'm taking.
I mean, and my last point, potential inflation
and the
hedge,
risk that the business is taking.
I mean, this is right, and this is something that is a great thing to invest in. I'm not a expert, by the way, when it comes to investing, but I am saying though that to give a hedge against the dollar, since there is going to be coming in 2022 apparently a lot of inflation there already is a lot of inflation, but it's going to be like hyperinflation apparently. And so this would be something to invest in that you can use that'll actually work more towards you. So, I mean, heck, for that answer, I could also say, well, shoot, tomorrow the dollar could be worthless.
Yep. No, I mean, very, very true. The same could be said both directions. So I think we should wrap it up. Let's go to the C block. Sorry.
We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the AdHero podcast. We have a very interesting topic today. Matthew, what are your final thoughts on the wrap-up for this episode and the use of cryptocurrency in business and marketing and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the episode today, we covered 3 key talking points. What is cryptocurrency? How do you obtain it? And should it be included in its usage? Should it be adopted in your business as part of your business operations and can be used as part of your marketing to promote your business? And in answer to that final question, I have a resounding yes. I think it's the future of a decentralized currency. I think it's going to be something that future generations just gravitate towards and want to use. So I'm going to say that absolutely it should be adopted into your business. If you're not hot on cryptocurrency just yet, start making it a priority to figure out how to get it and or have it work for the product line that you sell. Geno, what's your hot take?
I concur. Hey, you're the talent. You're the main guy. But no, I think you're right. It's definitely something. I think I just worry about the dollar. So I think that there are some less worries about investing into a Bitcoin, a Dogecoin, and so forth. The kind of go against the dollar in case the dollar goes down drastically and inflation goes up.
Fair enough.
So that was a great show. Just remember to follow us online through social media at AdSymbol. on our YouTube page. Give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified about all future The AdHero podcast premieres. And as always, don't forget to leave a comment, question below, and let us know your thoughts. For inquiries and more information about outdoor advertising, visit our site, adsymbol.com. Find the AdHero podcast on all major podcast platforms. Thank you for tuning in to the AdHero podcast. My name is Geno Giovanni.
And I'm Matthew Olivieri.
Signing out.